Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to the Aura News broadcast. It is time now for our daily English news edition, and as usual, I'm Daniel Cook, your host, 6 days a week at 6 p.m. A group of farmers from Korca held a protest today in front of the Parliament building against the government policies on importing products. They complained that they have no market in which to sell their produce because of the poor government policies. They said that they cannot compete with the imports, and as a result, they are having to sell their products at below their own cost. The farmers were joined by the opposition MPs who demanded that the government find a solution to their problems. The farmers claim that their products are spoiling since they cannot compete with the cheap prices of the imported products in the market. The Agricultural Directory of Korca has responded to their claims, denying the truth of their complaints. The directory says that there is no importing of agricultural products and that only domestic products are being sold in the markets. According to them, the products are just now being harvested and sold, and the farmers cannot complain that they are spoiling already. The farmers' protest lasted for about an hour, and they carried their unsold apples with them. Today's plenary session was once again taken over by debates over the CEZ agreement, and the Democrats' demand for an international investigation was once again rejected. The Democratic MPs requested the resignation of the Minister of Energy, Damian Gaiani, who made the following reply. The energy distribution sector needs 20 to 30 million euro per year at minimum. You left the country in crisis. Where could OSHA find the money it needed? What was your solution? Just yesterday, Mr. Gaiani was charged with dereliction of duty in connection with the government's agreement with the CEZ company. The State Supreme Audit charged him for damage of 479 million euro to the state budget. Gaiani responded today that the SSA's charges are politically motivated and that they do not constitute a criminal lawsuit. He said, "I think that this has been well coordinated in order to avoid your responsibilities and cover your bad management. We reached an agreement based upon the law and adopted it in Parliament in order to resolve this problem. With the support of the internationals, we managed to attract $200 million, he said. The Democrats' proposal for an international investigation was again rejected, but it will be reviewed on November 5th after the current parliamentary agenda has been finished. The Democrats have expanded their request and now want the investigation to extend back to the time of the former Prime Minister Salih Berisha. However, the head of the Socialist Party has given warning that their proposal will be rejected. Prime Minister Rama was in the session today, but he did not join in the debates, and the former Prime Minister Salih Berisha was not present in today's plenary session. The State Supreme Audit filed charges yesterday against the state lawyer Alma Hichka for dereliction of duty in the CEZ case. Today, Hichka spoke out against the charges, saying that they are politically motivated and that the audit was not conducted professionally. She says that the charges have no legal basis but are only being made based upon the accusations of the opposition in Parliament. She appealed to the prosecution not to be used for political purposes, but to investigate the real culprits who caused so much financial damage to the state. She also says that the SSA rushed to file a lawsuit against her before they had even sent the audit report to her office. There was trouble in the Kosovo Parliament session today when the opposition sprayed tear gas in the Assembly Hall for the second time. All the MPs quickly evacuated the building, and the Assembly Speaker called an emergency meeting of the party chairman. After disrupting the session, activists from the opposition gathered outside the Assembly, and two opposition MPs admitted to releasing the gas. One of them, a leader of the Alliance for the Future of Kosovo, had this to say, "I know that what you saw today was not a good show. I sprayed the tear gas because they left us no other choice. The government must find a solution. There is no point in continuing the plenary session until there is a solution to the agreements it has signed." The other MP said that it was his duty to spray tear gas in the Parliament today and that he is not afraid of facing prosecution because betraying your country is a bigger criminal offense. The Democratic chairman Lulzim Basha held a meeting today with the U.S. Ambassador Donald Liu. He spoke to the media afterwards, saying that the focus of the meeting was the fight against crime and corruption. He also mentioned the Ches issue once again, saying that an international investigation must be included in the parliamentary agenda. Mr. Basha made the following comments. The communication with our partners is intensive because the problems and challenges of Albania are large and urgent. We have the support of Ambassador Liu. The purpose of our meeting was the fight against crime and corruption, which are political realities. The Democratic Party will not stop until the Ches issue has been resolved and the people who stole millions from the citizens are brought to justice. This is the biggest scandal ever. The government employs double standards. The citizens are imprisoned for not issuing sales receipts, while nothing is done about the corrupt officials. This government is getting worse, but we are determined to bring transparency. Why don't Rama and Mehta want transparency? Why won't they include an international investigation of the Ches issue in the Parliament's agenda with an accelerated procedure? The reason is that they have too much to hide in this case. We will do everything possible to get this issue included in the parliamentary agenda, stated the Democratic chairman. The Italian ambassador to Albania was invited to be a guest last night on the Ora News program, Tonight Il Votare. He commented on Albania's integration process, the cooperation between the police forces, and the Italian investments in Albania. Mr. Gaiani said that at this moment, Albania's integration into the EU would be difficult, and that the opening of negotiations would be difficult because of the immigration crisis and the financial crisis in Europe. On the Albanian side, the Italian ambassador said that the country must do more in order to accelerate the integration process. He could not predict a date for the opening of EU negotiations. Regarding the problem of organized crime, Ambassador Gaiani said that it is difficult to find out where the mafia bosses are without conducting comprehensive investigations in both countries. In response to the accusations against the Interior Minister Saimir Tahiri, Ambassador Gaiani simply stated that he has no valid information on the issue. He did speak about the business climate in Albania and the Italian investments in the country. According to him, Albania must create more favorable business environment so that the Italian investors will continue to be the main partners of Albania. The mayor of Tirana presented his master plan for the lake area today, which includes adding more greenery to the park. Mayor Valiai made the following announcement in his presentation. Starting from today, we will be adding 5.5 hectares of greenery to the park, and 13 out of 14 buildings will be demolished. The master plan is divided into 10 mini projects, which includes rehabilitating the dam, the jogging track, and the bicycle lane. The Albanian Development Fund has decided that the first project will be building a game park for the kids, said Valiai. Also at the presentation, the Vice Prime Minister Niko Peleshi stated that the master plan clearly defines the area in which construction is allowed and protects the green areas. The presentation today marked the end of the competition for local planning, paving the way for the work to begin. That concludes our news edition for this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please join us again tomorrow at the same time for more translated news in English. Thanks, and have a great night.